create a table, we must use the create table statement. Create table, and the name of the table we are looking to create is employees. Create table employees. So first we type create table followed by the table name, then a set of parentheses. Within the parentheses, we type the name of every column we need in our table. And right here, we know the name of the columns that we need. We need the employee ID, we need the first name, we need last name, we need title, and we need year hired. So first, let's type employee ID, which is emp ID. It is varchar, size 15. And I'm gonna type null in there anyway, even though I just told you that being that it's the primary key, SQL automatically knows that the primary key cannot be null. But if you type it in anyway, it will work just the same way. The system will accept it, but the system knows that that is the primary key. So I'm gonna type it in there anyway. Next is first name, also varchar, size 20, not null. Let me just change this to lowercase. Last name, varchar 2, size 20, not null. Title, varchar 2, size 15, not null. Year hired, date, not null. And we also need to add the constraint. The constraint is the primary key is employee ID. So to add a constraint, you type the keyword constraint, followed by the name of the table, PK for primary key. You type out the word primary key, followed by parenthesis, and within the parenthesis, you name the column which is selected to be the primary key. In our case, the name of the column is emp ID. So let's verify this again. We are creating a table named employees. Within the employee table, we will have a column called emp ID. The data type for that column is varchar 2, and the size of the emp ID is 15 characters, 16 values. The second name of the column is first name, varchar 2. The size selected is 20 characters. The third column is the last name of employees. The data type is varchar 2. The size selected is 20 characters. The fourth column is title. The data type is varchar 2, and the size selected is 15 characters. Year hired is the final column. The data type is date, and the constraint on the employees table is the primary key of emp ID. Therefore, every emp ID entered within the table has to be unique. Now that we've created the table, let's move on to the insert statement. To insert data within a database, we use the insert statement. Insert into the name of the table, followed by the column names, which is the first column name is emp ID, the second column name is first name, the third is last name, the fourth is title, and the fifth is year hired. After, you add a second line and you type values. And within the values, now we want to enter the specific value for each one of the column you named above. So for emp ID, we're going to enter EMP1. And you can see this information that I'm entering right on the slide here. So now we're going to enter all of this information. So we're currently working with EMP1. So EMP1 for emp ID, followed by a comma to separate the value name. Next, we need to enter the first name of EMP1. The first name of EMP1 is Lois, and the last name is Griffin. So you enter the first name in single quote because it is strings, separated by a comma. Then you enter the last name in single quotes, separated by a comma. Then we need to enter the title. The title is manager. Separated by a comma. And then we need to enter the year hired. The year hired is the 13th of November of 2015. The date must be placed within single quotes, and that is the last column, the last value of this table. So we end it with a parenthesis and a semicolon. Now this is the first step of entering EMP1. We also need to do this for EMP2 all the way to EMP6. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more values we need to enter. What we can do here is we can copy this information, select everything, both line of codes, and right below it, paste. Okay? So instead of typing everything over again, you can copy it and you can paste it. And all we have to do is for the second line where it says values is change the information to meet EMP2. So we will change the EMP ID to EMP2. We will change the first name to Peter. The last name Griffin is the same. We can change title to sales. And we can change the date to the 8th of January of 2013. So 08 January 13. Verify that that information is correct. EMP2, first name Peter, last name Griffin, title sales, date January 8th of 2013. That is correct. Now let's add EMP3. Copy and paste. EMP3 Meg Griffin sales. the 22nd of December of 2010. So this one is EMP3. Employee's first name is Meg. Last name is Griffin. Title is Sales. And the date is December 22nd, 2010. Verify the information is correct. EMP3, Meg Griffin. Sales, December 22nd, 2010. Copy again. Paste. Now let's do EMP4. EMP4 belongs to Chris Griffin. Title, delivery. Year hired is the 10th of February 2017. So EMP4 belongs to Chris Griffin. Title is delivery. The year hired is February the 10th of 2017. Copy and paste. Let's do EMP number 5. First name is Tui. Last name is Griffin. Oh, excuse me, I made an error there, see? So we always have to verify the information is correct. EMP number 5. EMP number 5. First name is Brian. First name is Brian. Last name is Griffin. Title is Customer Service. Date hired is July the 18th of 2015. So once again, EMP5, Brian, Griffin, Customer Service, July 18th, 2015. And finally, copy and paste one last time, and we can do EMP number 6. EMP6, first name is Stewie. Last name is Griffin. Title is Engineer. And hired on April the 27th of 2018. So now that we have created all 6 of our values for all 6 employees, let's verify that everything is correct one last time. First, we need the insert statement, which works insert into table name followed by a set of parentheses. Within those parentheses, you name the columns you're looking to enter information for. After each column, you separate it with a comma. On the bottom, you type values. On the second set of parentheses, you type in the value matching the column. Therefore, for EMP ID, we typed in the first employee ID. The first employee ID of our table is EMP1, belongs to Lois Griffin. She's a manager hired on the November the 13th of 2015. For EMP2, we have Peter Griffin, sales, January 8th of 2013. For EMP3, we have Meg Griffin, sales, December 22nd of 2010. For EMP4, we have Chris Griffin, delivery, February the 10th of 2017. For EMP5, we have Brian Griffin, customer service, hired on July the 18th of 2015. For EMP6, we have Stewie Griffin, engineer, hired on April the 27th of 2018. Now that we have created our employee table and we have created all of the information to populate the table, now we can move to our Oracle platform and physically create the table. I think it is best practice to always create your code when creating and populating a table in a text file. This way you can copy everything at once and you can paste it in Oracle once you have completed. Let's go ahead and do this now. Open Oracle and log into the account you created. So, open Oracle. You can go to the website livesql.oracle.com, or you can also search Oracle Live SQL. Sign in. Okay, sign in. Now, see, once I just tried to sign in, it told me my session has expired. This is with this platform. If you become inactive for more than 15 to 20 minutes, the session automatically times out. So if that ever happens to you while you were working on this course, pause the video, sign out and sign back in, and you will be able to continue exactly where you left off. All you will have to do is copy the code of the tables, paste them, and run them again. But once you run the code of the tables, you'll be able to continue the video exactly where you left off. Now let's go ahead and create the table we just created the code for. We created the table named employees. First, select the code, copy the code. Okay, so copy everything, including the semicolon, all the way up to create. Copy and paste within the platform of SQL. Verify that everything is correct. Create table employees, parenthesis, column names, data types. See here, I made an error. This is why we always have to verify that our code is correct. I made a spelling error right there. And I can tell because normally data types are highlighted in this purple color. But here it was highlighted black. Therefore, I made a spelling mistake. Backspace and there is automatically corrected. You verify that each column has a data type. You indicate if it's null or not null, separated by a comma, each column. You also select a primary key. You select the column for the primary key. You end it with a close parenthesis and a semicolon. Click Run. And there you have it. Our table was created successfully. Now let's go ahead and let's hit clear. And let's select everything to populate the table. We have already created the table. We have a successful output. Now let's select everything to populate the table. Select all 6, create statements, insert statements, copy, and paste into the database. Okay, verify that all 6 is pasted, and you can see there's emp6 all the way to emp1. Everything should be within single quotes, because for this table we are only using the data type of varchar. We are not using number, we are not using decimal. Therefore, everything else has to be within single quotes, and everything that we created here is within single quotes. Every single statement must be ended with a semicolon. Once you verify that all of the syntax is correct, go ahead and click Run. And you should be returned with a successful insert. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All 6 was successfully inserted within our table. Let's go ahead, click Clear. Now let's select the table. To select the table we just created, use the following command. Type select star from the table name. The name of our table is employees. Select star from employees. End the statement with a semicolon. Click Run. And in return, we are presented with the table we just created. Here's the code. The create table statement. We created the table with the name of the table, followed by every single column we wanted to identify within our table. We have the employee ID, the first name, the last name, the title, the year hired. Also, we have the insert statements. The insert statement allows us to insert information based on every single column within our table. We also have a constraint, which is the primary key. The primary key of our table is the employee ID. This is how we identify each employee. It is a unique identifier. Even if an employee may work for the same department or have the same last name, we can still tell them apart because each employee has a unique identifier. It is the same thing as a student who goes to school. Each student has a student ID. Each bank customer has an account number. Each patient at a hospital has a patient ID. There's a specific way to identify someone in a relational database. In this video, we learned how to create tables in SQL using the create table statement. In the next video, we will learn how to alter tables, update tables, or delete tables in SQL. We will be using the same table employees. Please keep this code, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.